bunkers at the Crosse Country Club. I'm Tim Nix again on the grounds committee with our great superintendent, Greg Willman. Nice to have you back again, Greg.
Great to be back.
So, Greg, let's have a discussion today about bunkers and bugs, if we could.
Okay.
I know as we sit here early in July, we've seen a few bugs out there. I think they're Japanese beetles and everything, and they're popping up and flying everywhere. Is that normal for this time of year?
It is completely normal, and you're exactly right. They're Japanese beetles. I remember the first year I saw them, late '90s. I was down in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and they just finally migrated over from the east, and here we are. But basically they'll go after the linden trees. They'll go after some of our flowering trees. I've got a couple little rose bushes down by the patio area that get attacked pretty well. I basically on those real ornamental type plants that you want to keep and that they get attacked, the sprayable 7, spraying them down is about your best bet for keeping them at bay. But yeah, you'll run into them. You'll run into piles of them out on the fairways and on the greens, and really it's not something that we treat for. We do treat for the mass Schaefer, the white grub. That's something that we'll spray for, cutworms obviously, and all the other turf insects. And those applications just went out in the last few weeks. And basically, it's funny, but you basically always have some grubs that are active in the soil. But if you don't have a high population, you don't see the skunks get into them, you don't see the raccoons get into them. That's usually when you've got a pretty bad grub problem. And you'll see, residential yards and everything else, and the thing will be just rototilled, and you're wondering what happened. And here you just have the raccoons and the skunks get in there and pull up the ground. But basically, we're treated, but we don't really treat for the Japanese beetles, so we do have to kind of deal with their little shiny carcasses for a while.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't hurt the quality of the turf grass.
Doesn't. Yeah.
It's just a nuisance.
It's just a nuisance. Yep. Great. Exactly.
Wonderful. Well, we'll just have to play a little faster and get off there. So, if we can, let's chat about the bunkers if we could.
Okay.
The bunkers evolve and change, and I think most of that is due to Mother Nature, right? I think if Mother Nature presents you a week or two stretch without rain or with minimal rain, not a hard downpour, it's probably pretty easy for you guys. Well, maybe I shouldn't say pretty easy, but it's much easier to keep a consistent playing surface in the bunkers. And then all of a sudden, if we get this downpour of an inch of rain or 2 inches of rain, can you tell us what happens? It appears as though we're losing some sand.
Yeah, it's, basically our bunkers, a lot of the, people that are going into these new bunker projects, they're going in with an artificial liner. They're going in with a manufactured sand, which drains very well, and, perk rate of 20 inches to the hour. And basically what we have here is we've got a natural graded bunker without liners. We've got really good drainage in most of them. Some of the drainage is starting to fail, but drainage for the most part is really good. And then we just have a natural local sand in our bunkers. Now what that is, that being a heavier sand, especially with years of silt and everything getting in that sand, when we do get these storms, people think they're muddy, and they technically are because they do have some silt in them. Mm-hmm. But basically, we just need days to dry them out and get them so we'll go out there, we'll fluff them up, try to get air to them. But immediate play is very difficult, for the player. You're not going to be able to hit that flop shot. You're going to have to really just try to almost chip the ball, get the blade under the ball. They're ours, so we gotta deal with them.
They're ours, and we love
them. During the start of the season, the bunkers were great. Everything was, during the heat, and we basically were a drought all the way through May. The sand was very soft, easy to play from. Everybody could get in, play whatever shot they wanted to play from them. But now, getting, in the last 2 weeks, about 6 inches, give or take, of rain, they're very at times unplayable right now. We try to keep 4 inches in the bottom, 2 inches up on the sides. It's kind of our goal for depths of sand. We go out after every storm. We'll go out and redistribute sand because it moves around. And what we're starting to find, though, is we are starting to there's some bunkers that have very little sand in them. It's getting to be less and less with these big storms. And so we're going to have to look, we're looking into the future here, but Possibly, coming in and just removing the silted up sand out of the bunkers, possibly redoing the drainage while we're there, and then just going in with some more, local sand that we get.
Sure.
Just to freshen them up, because some of them are getting a little difficult to play from after these storms.
And I believe that our bunker's in great shape considering they're like 28 years old. So they should, normal bunker life expectancy is 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
So we've taken a great care over the years here of the bunkers. One thing that I've noticed in the bunkers recently as well is I think that people are stepping on the high side of the bunkers, and it's actually causing some caving in of the bunkers. Right there. Have you noticed that as well, Greg?
We do. We've got some spots out there where folks have, it's almost like the fastest point to A and B. They're just trying to get out of the bunker into the green or whatever direction they're going. When we do bunkers, we reset the rakes at the low side of the bunker. So when you come up to the bunker, it's at the direction that you're coming from, toward the green at, and our plan is that you just take the rake with you out into the bunker, you play your shot, you rake yourself back out, even if you're walking all the way to the front of the bunker, you rake yourself all the way back out, and then you just replace the rake at the back edge, inside the bunker of the back edge. But what we're getting a lot of is folks are stepping up the front of the bunker, setting the rake basically up on the top side, which becomes an issue with play. If you hit a ball short of the green, for example, and it rolls back into that rake, now we've got a problem. Because you can't get the ball to stay on that, in a drop scenario. So we're just having some issues with people not replacing the rakes the same way. And also when they climb out of those high sides, they are loosening some of that sod sometimes on those edges, and we're gonna have to go in. Midsummer's not the time to replace it, so we're just kind of edging it out right now, but this fall we're probably gonna have to go in and put some deep plugs in there just to kind of rebuild them. So
we'll work on that as a membership and trying to have proper etiquette and come in on the low side of the bunker and then exit on the low side of the bunker. But I would suggest as well for any of the members, including myself, maybe we seek some help at the Learning Center with Jim and Joe on how to extract ourselves from the bunker a little bit quicker. So membership, thank you again, and Greg, thank you again for the Fireside Chat. We appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you.
Have a great day, membership.